Are you a would-be seller? I'm Sally Daley, and I totally understand the conundrum you feel right now. Here we are in a historic, unprecedented seller's market. Truly, in the entire time Vero Beach has been looking at sales, we've never had market conditions like this. Sellers totally rule the roost. It's really tempting to say, I want to leverage the market or my single biggest asset. Some communities have had 25% growth in appreciation since November. There are stories out there that are crazy. Buying bidder wars, accelerator clauses, people getting $300,000 more than just 6 months ago, etc. It's intriguing, right? Here's the thing. I also know it's nerve-wracking. I totally get that you don't want to leverage the value in your property, but then end up without a place to go. Nobody wants to be another buyer struggling to find property and saying, what am I going to do? Holy cow, I got a great number, but now I'm stuck living a place I don't want to, or I've got to do rental, etc. And that's really true whether you're here in Vero and plan to stay in Vero, or whether you're going elsewhere, because really this is a nationwide housing shortage. So what's the seller to do? Consider this my open letter to all of you. Our strategy at Daley & Company is not just to say, name your price and get a lease back. 60 days goes by pretty quick when you're looking for a house, as you all know. Our strategy at Daley & Company is to kind of turn it on its ear and say, okay, let's try to put control back in the process. Yes, as a seller, you control what price you take, but you can also control the terms. But before you even think about selling, number one, here's our strategy. Let's talk together and think like you're a buyer first. Thinking about the buy piece first is critical. Where do you want to go? What kind of product do you want? Is it here? Is it out of area? Sniffing around and matchmaking in our database. We've got over 10,000 people in our database. Number two, what we do is we say we're going to think like a buyer for you first and be a matchmaker in our database and our connections with top producing realtors and our network of agents all over the country. So whether it's here or Vero, we actually become a matchmaker and say, okay, of our database of 10,000 people, who's potentially a buyer and a seller that we could put together in an off-market deal? That means you cannot worry about the housing piece as you're listing the house. We've been doing it for over a decade, so it's not a new skill set for us. We routinely do private sales, and we've got a bunch going on right now. The beauty of the private sale is you might pay, a convenience tax for not putting it on the market. But frankly, in this market, the convenience tax, in other words, the make me move number, really might not be any different, or it might be less than if it went on the open market and you had 5 people bidding it up. So our strategy is this. 1, think like a seller first. Figure out that piece first. We strategize about it. We say, where do you want to go? If it's somebody out of area, we connect you with an equally skilled colleague who can unearth hidden or shadow inventory and try to find you somebody to buy your place first, and secondary, simultaneously, try to find you a property that's not officially on the market yet, so you're not competing. That's the only way this can go to eliminate the agita that a lot of sellers are feeling. If this sounds like an interesting strategy to you, give us a call. I'm happy to talk to you, strategize about where you want to go, and figure out the best way to leverage the market in this unprecedented series of conditions that we're in. Hope you have a great weekend. Call me if you want to chat, 772-538-4503, or send me a quick text or an email to sally@daleyandcompany.com. There's a way to make this happen, but it needs careful thought, and it needs to be reverse engineered with the buy side first. Take care. Have a great weekend.